Hey, so welcome to my first episode of my YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest, one of my good friends from middle school, I would say, right? Middle school, yeah, seventh grade.
Long ago.
Long
Long time.
from a universe long, far, far away.
The
My
originals.
boy is Bernard. Bernard, my artist friend, as you can tell, that's his artwork in his behind. So hit him up. That boy can draw. And newly married. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with a kid on the way, due anytime
yeah.
now. So,
Any day now. Like
could be in the middle of this podcast. Who knows?
yeah, right. Gonna get the call. I'll be like, oh, sorry, I gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah,
All understandable. All understandable.
It's
So,
pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be a part of this. It's very, very awesome. I'm like nervous, scared, but I'm ready to talk your ear off and listen to your input. And I love it. Happy to be talking to a friend.
We're both on the same page. We're both nervous. Yeah. All right, cool. So, as people know, the YouTube channel for me, I've been trying to get this started, and I gotta lie, I've been making excuses, like we all do sometimes in life.
We all do it.
But I finally put my foot down and said I'm gonna do it and get the courage to come up here and talk, even though I don't know how to talk in any language. But we're gonna do it. So it's we want to bring light to the main thing is depression and anxiety that we get, and how we men tend to be honest with you, hide it. You know, it's growing up, it's frowned upon, I would say, more than anything by under men. And I think the world is becoming better. I think more open about it, and with social media and stuff like that. So we got a couple topics we want to talk about. I want to ask you some questions, and we'll head it off from there. Just a little background story between me and Bernard. Like I said, we met in middle school back in the 90s. Don't ask my age anymore. I hit that point where I don't like telling people my age. Went through all high school, graduated high school, Payne City, both of us, both Hornets. You went off to be an artist, and I went off to the military, and still don't know why I did that, but still doing it. That's the thing too. So 15 years later, who knew? So let's get into the first topic. First topic is, while growing up, what were your thoughts, your feelings? What did family kind of show you about depression, anxiety, any kind of detail into that?
Family and depression. Yeah, like growing up, you think obviously kids, no matter what generation you are, growing up, you think you know everything, and you think you have life. You think you have life understood, and there's so many levels, like from baby all the way up to high school, and even beyond that, even till now. But like focusing on childhood, like between baby and high school, that's your childhood right there, that chunk.
Yeah,
it's so much that happens in those first 18 years of your life.
And they go by quick, man.
They go by super quick. Like, and they only go by fast when you grow. But it's like any little moment can have a very big impact on your life, especially when it comes to emotions. Like you don't even realize it till you're older, and you look back and it's like, holy shit, like, was that it, or was this it? And sometimes a lot of people, I don't think I have, like, because a lot of people have those like, what is it called, where you repressed memories, where you don't even realize what it is. I don't think I have any of those, because I feel like I know what's wrong with me, like, and I know where it came from, but like it's like that doesn't mean I fully understand it or accept it, or it's still sometimes it's just an excuse on my day-to-day, like with an attitude I may have now, but like when it comes to like family growing up, like I know you can relate to this. I'm from a Puerto Rican upbringing, you know, Spanish parents, they don't fucking play. Like, like
no.
You know, like you know, you look back, like you used to get punished. I don't look back at it as abuse because I felt like whatever, you're being disciplined. And like nowadays, discipline is looked at as abuse. But you look back on it and you're getting disciplined as a child. You know, you may get hit a couple times and, you know, put in your place, but then you don't realize that later, all those no's, all those be quiet, shut up, cállate la boca, all this, you know, like all these things that affect you and like actually turn you into the quiet kid in school where you're kind of docile and actual like.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think about it like this. I'm still trying to figure out if that even is what turned me into, you know, like because I've always been the quiet kid. I don't talk. I still don't talk. I go to work. I'm the quiet one in the corner. I don't mingle. I don't, you know, unless somebody talks to me, I'll talk your ear off. Just like this podcast. You bring me a question, I'll, you know, like I seem like.
To be honest with you, it's strange because me and you growing up, okay, so I didn't want to say I'm the skinniest, but I was the skinniest, and then I'm pretty sure you're the second skinniest.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like eventually we filled into our body because everybody else was way bigger than us. Like even our boy Eli was bigger than us.
Yeah, that man lost weight. He was big.
I mean, and I'm super proud of him because he took that and he took it to the next level. He was like, no, I'm losing it, and he lost it.
Yeah, you know? Even in high school, he figured a lot. Like when we got to high school, we all got out of our nerdy stage and started getting into that freaking
the okay, this is who I want.
We all went through our transformations. Like
but for sure. But while growing up, was there a moment where you're like, it hit you like, man, this sucks, or this feeling of, you know, you don't know. Like when I grew up, I didn't know what depression was. I had no clue. I didn't know the word. I didn't know the meaning. I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know none of that. Like it wasn't taught to me. It wasn't taught, like it wasn't like, hey, you may one day feel this. Heads up. Like there's none of that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like you know what else I didn't get taught? How to deal with credit cards and credit scores and
exactly. All of these life situations.
Like, I had no clue how to do none of that stuff. But the same thing comes with like depression. Like, I never got sat down and just like, let's talk about your depression. Let's talk about this. You know me. I know you. We're both happy-going kind of guys. Like we always been like that. Even going over to your house to play PlayStation, Resident Evil, was it 7? You know, we used to come over there all the time. Go to Eli's house. Like we lived. To me, I was living a life. Like I was like,
we were kids. We were enjoying our childhood.
Where we made the wrestling belts and we had our own wrestling like league.
We were fucking at the park,
like
fucking beat the shit out of each other.
Like we had like, to me, and I was like, yo, I can't wait to wake up the next day to do some more crazy stuff. And
it's like you said, we don't know what we're going through as kids. We don't know that we're dealing with depression. We just think we're sad, and then the next moment we're happy. And then when we go and play with our friends, we forget about all that, and we're living life. It's not affecting us. You know, we're still experiencing our childhood. So it's like, I feel like that was an advantage, is that we didn't know what was going on because we didn't let it overpower. Like, oh, I'm sad, I guess I'm depressed. And then people nowadays, they fall into that mentality. Oh, this is depression, I guess I have it. I have anxiety. I this is my crutch, my excuse. And it's like, that's what my wife told, like would tell me these things, like, don't use that as a crutch. I'm like, damn it, you got me. Like I'm trying to, like, I can grow, because you can never stop growing, you know, like you can grow out of these things. You learn from things. Like obviously we all still struggle with it, but back then we don't know, like you say, we don't know that we're dealing with depression. We just think we're sad, or we're like crying, or we're in our emotions, and we don't understand it. But we, like you're saying, we were still living our childhood. We were enjoying each other's time. We were doing crazy things. We were still having fun while while going through life. You have ups and downs, and like you go through it. So
was there a moment when you realized what it was? Do you remember that moment?
I don't think there was a moment where I realized what it was. I just know there were moments where I was extremely sad, and it was weird because I know I didn't enjoy being sad, but it's not that it felt good, but it was so weird that it's like you didn't want to let it go, or it was the weirdest. I don't know. I don't know if anybody relates to that, but it's like obviously it came like when you're growing, like what was it, like middle school to high school. It's like you start getting into girls and stuff, and I was like I was all about crushing on a girl, and she didn't feel that for me, and she actually let it to be known, and I was fucking crushed, and we never even went out, never kissed, never nothing. I was just crushed.
Hey,
Obviously
Bernard,
it was a girl, so
Bernard,
I'm like,
I want to tell you one story, Bernard. I want to tell you one story, and it's between me and you.
right.
I don't know if you remember, there was a girl. I forgot her name because I'm horrible with name. I barely know mine.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I forgot what she had a crush on me, and I had a crush on her. But bro, just like you, I was super shy about when it came to girls. I was super shy.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
super shy.
I'm gonna forget Vanessa. It was Vanessa's friend, and I can't remember her name. And Vanessa's the one who was trying to hook me up with her. And I was like, nah, man, I don't want her. I don't want her. And in reality, I wanted her, but I was so scared because like I don't know how to, like this is middle school, high school. Like,
yeah, we don't know these situations, and we're scared of taking a chance.
How to take a chance, nothing like that. And the crazy part is, then you started going out with her.
For real?
Because she went to church with us. I don't forget Nastasia.
Oh no. Oh yeah, she's still on Facebook. Like yeah, they still, even her and Vanessa still friends.
Yeah, so she had to go down. Yo, then she left me for you, and I was so mad at you. And I was like, yo, hey Bernard, man, this motherfucker took my girl. But in real talk, he didn't take nothing. Like it should,
you know. That was one of the, you know what, that relationship right there too was one of the most embarrassing relationships in my life, and I don't even count it as a relationship because it's middle school, and it was like, man, that don't even count. Like because I learned a lot from that relationship, like how to not fucking kiss with my mouth open, like because I would go walk up to a kiss like this. And I got made fun of a lot for that shit because all over Ridge fucking knew I fucking kissed.
Oh man, we're all Ridge.
So I was like,
baby,
life lessons. It was like, oh my god.
Hey man, I never told nobody that story, and I didn't even tell you. And you're the guy. I'm like, me and you're good friends. I know.
You're like, fuck you, but it's like so long ago. It doesn't really matter. But it was
no. I'm not mad at you, but I was so like, man. That girl liked me, and I liked her.
We didn't even know how to act. We didn't even know how to react. It's like when we were kids, we were like, damn it, that could have been me. Like, like, or like.
But no, I didn't take no chance. Like, I was an idiot. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of things that I look back on. I'm like, damn, I should have took a lot more chances. But, that's freaking life. That's hindsight. That's all that stuff.
Clearly, we can't let that beat us up. So what I want to tell you is, I remember my first time, like knowing that I was going down a hill that I didn't want to go down the hill. Was I don't know if you remember, there was a kid named Angel in high school, and he got in a car accident. He was a good friend of mine. Me and him were really good friends, and
the whole school had it bad that time. That was all I remember that day.
So that and I was an A student at the time. Granted, everybody knows I failed 5th grade. And, well, I didn't fail. I got held back. And my grandma was like, nah, player, you need to do better in school. And she got me. I became an AB student. But then that hit me in, was it freshman year? I was an A student. And then sophomore. And sophomore year, he that's when, rest his peace, he passed away on that car accident.
Yep.
And I slowly started going downhill. Like a lot of people didn't know. Like I didn't know. Like I said, like we both know, like these feelings, like I felt sad. I was crushed. I was crushed. Like I was like, yo, like why did this have to happen? Like this is my boy. Like my boy just he's not here no more. Like this is nuts. And then I didn't know how to. That was my first experience of death. You know what I mean? Like not knowing somebody's not coming back. And I didn't know how to deal with it. I had zero clue because it was my first time. I didn't know how I was gonna approach it, how I was gonna emotionally get. I didn't know how Latinos, let's put it like that, Latinos would react to this. And to be honest with you, I didn't like it. because I don't know if you remember, it was more like a celebration after his funeral. Like people were talking, and I didn't like. Now I understand. Like, hey, you know what I mean? That's just them. You know, like, hey, we got to cherish
celebrating the life.
Yeah, celebrate the life, this and that. I didn't know. I was like, yo, y'all mad disrespectful, this and that. Like, what is going on? Like, why are we doing like? And I had a vendetta against it, like a lot. And I don't know if you ever noticed, like, I didn't really chill with a lot of the Latin people. I'm pretty sure you noticed that. You know, I was more I go, you know, I do my own thing. And that was my first time really experiencing anything that I was like, yo, this is like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how to react to this. Like, I have zero clue. Like, I don't know. And ever since then, I've been scared to come around death. Like, I'm scared of death. I'm scared of people passing. Like, when Manny passed away, that shit, like, I reached out later to Eli. But, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to reach out to Eli right then and there, but I was so messed up. You know what I mean? That's one of our great friends.
Yeah, that one really hit me, and that's a more recent thing, and that was just the craziest thing, because somebody from our childhood, and somebody like
the first one from
just
our
like
childhood.
just like me and you, like we don't talk every day, and you know we've been talking here and there trying to do this, and now here we are. But like with Manny, he was one of our best friends growing up. We don't talk every day. And then that happens, and you're like, holy crap, there's reality. He's gone. And now like you feel like shit, and you feel guilty because you're like, we never talked.
I should have talked to him. I should have done
and
this.
It's like,
if I would have done that, you know, and like then
like
we
even
kill ourselves.
Yeah, you kill yourself. And like just like you said, but they don't teach you. Nobody teaches you finances and all this stuff. They don't teach you how to deal with death either as a child. So I can imagine you like, I remember that day when Angel died, but I don't remember, like, I know I didn't know him that well. I know I was his friend, but not like you, where like you were going through it. I wasn't going through it like that. I just know, holy crap, I lost a friend, but he wasn't like, I don't know, like sometimes I feel bad when I, with stuff like that, when it comes to death and I don't know people, because sometimes my family dies and I don't even know the person, because my family's so big, and like I feel like shit because I'm not mourning, but I'm like, I don't know the person, I don't have a connection, like. So like the only one of the few like was Manny, more recent. Like there's a bunch, but like my mind's too like wrapped up in this conversation right now to be like focusing on every death. But it's just it's a crazy thing, and we still, even as adults, it's hard to deal with, and it's hard to wrap your mind around. And you try to be like, yeah, let's celebrate the life, and then you just want to mourn. Like it's hard to sometimes let go, and like you're never gonna see that person again. And like as a child, that's even harder, because like how you understand that fact, and it's somebody you used to see every day and mess with every day and talk to every day, and like how the hell do you, like, there's so many things we need to learn as children, like how to just to be slapped in the face with it right here, boom, deal with it, like shit, like
it's not easy. I think that's a lot that we as society need to, I say as parents, we need to teach, our kids, like, hey, you're gonna deal with this. You know what I mean? And it sucks that sometimes, some kids grow up without parents and stuff like that, which usually those kids are strong. And and I have both my parents, my grandma's still alive. She had a stroke and I almost lost it. You know what I mean? Like and I mean, I'm a quiet person when it comes to like, when I'm stressed, I'm just like, I lock up and I get quiet. I'm like, and like, so they grow up without parents, and I'm like, yo, like, I don't know how. Like I could, like, I don't know, without my mom, like, even though I didn't grow with my mom was still there. Like, I was raised by my grandma, so it's like so scary. Like, to me, it's like, yo, I lose my dad. Even though me and my dad barely talk here and there, like, I should talk more to my dad. Like, granted, like we were just talking about, I should talk more with my dad. He just talks my ear off though when I'm on that phone. I'm like, oh God.
That's that parent thing too. It's like, because I'm the same way with my dad. It's like I should call my dad more often, but he calls me almost every day just to check up. And then sometimes he'll give me that guilt trip. He's like, oh, my kids call me, I gotta call everybody. If not, they'll never call
he hits me with that all the time.
I
was like, oh, You know, once in a while you should call me. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
know, I appreciate you calling me, but you know, call me more often. I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it don't work both ways. You know,
Yeah.
but I still love him to death. You know what I mean? And you know, if
Yeah, of
something happens to
course.
him, I wouldn't know. You know,
Of course.
one reason I put Puerto Rico as one of my picks to go back, and I fortunately I got it, was to, you know, spend more time with him. Like damn, I never got to chill with my dad. I never got to go live on the island, like, you know, my
Yeah.
roots. You know, so
Yeah.
I finally get
Oh
to do
yeah.
that. You know, so I finally
No,
get to,
definitely.
you know, keep platanos all the day. You know, and not feel guilty. You know, about my life, if these are real or not real.
Yeah, right.
But
Man.
so yeah, nah. So let's talk about that art, because I know that is something that it's an escape, you know, an escape for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about art, music, movies, entertain, anything and everything that helped you get through a situation. You know what I mean? Like, what helps you?
Well, yeah, taking it back, like, because I've always been drawn since childhood. Always been drawn. First thing I can ever remember drawing was like fucking Mario off of the Nintendo thing and drawing it on a piece of loose leaf paper. And like I'm like, yo, I'm freaking. From that day on, I was like, what, like 3 years old? Fuck if I know. I was just copying that shit. So yeah, it is an escape because you get lost in it and it takes you away from your problems. And other times you can just drive your problems right through that, and it's a vehicle to express yourself. And that's what it is for most artists, is it's expression. Like, I'm not good with words, but I'm good with visuals. Like, I could show you what's wrong, what's going on in my head before I could tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's always been there for me, no matter what. Like, no matter what or who's in my life or who's not or what's not there for me, I could always just have a pencil and a paper and be happy. I can always just sketch, get lost. The day will go by. Like, you don't sometimes, you're really focused on what you're doing. You're not thinking about problems. You're not, nothing bothers you. You're I ain't blasphemy, is it? Like, I believe in God, like, but like, you are a God when you're like creating, like you're making something, and like you have the power to tell your story and do anything. Even if you're just drawing cartoons, you're drawing it in your style, and you're having fun, and it's very therapeutic. It's fun. People enjoy it. Kids enjoy it. As I grown up and started doing a career in art, I started, more and more kids would just come out of nowhere, and like if I'm in a show and they
One
look
is
in at
coming
my,
soon.
like one is coming soon, and I'm hoping she just like is just like me, and like I could just keep her in the studio right next to me painting, like, because
That'd be
I've
awesome,
had an
man.
impact on, I've had an impact on one of my nieces. Like, she'd always be in my room. I always whip out my markers, and she would be drawing little doodles right next to me while we're drawing, and
I
like right
know
now.
in middle school you had the drawing table. But I remember you had that
Yeah,
drawing
yeah,
table in your
yeah.
room.
I wish I still had that drawing table, but I got a better one now. Like, but it's like I remember getting rid of it later because I never used it, and that sucked like at that point. But it's like I can't really remember. I just remember not using it as much as I should have. But at least I'm still drawing now, so it doesn't really matter. But it's funny because I've had an impact on kids in my life, and it was now I'm like teaching at a local, like, it's kind of like a YMCA but more local. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I teach comic book drawing, so now I teach it to kids, and I'm like, right now I'm like always doing, that was something in the back of my mind that I always want to do, was like be some kind of teacher, but it's like art teacher. I always love doing art, but I love showing kids, especially the ones that really love drawing. So I do that, like once a week. And like I said, my niece, ever since baby, I've been painting and drawing with her. Now she's an artist. That's what she wants to be. And I'm like, man, I feel like I had something big to do with that. And I'm like, I'm proud of
Yeah.
her, and she just keep going. I'm like, like that. She has talent on her mom's side of the family and all that. Like they're very creative. So she had that there. But I'm like, I
You
just
want to
see,
take some
I
credit.
could, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what it is. But I could see how the effect on everybody, like art, just the way it has an effect on other people.
Mm-hmm.
When you're just creating, they're just astonished by your talent or what you're doing. And especially when you make a piece that's really saying something, people connect with you. and
Mm-hmm.
it's very powerful. And it's like I meet new people, especially when I do art shows. I'm not doing them as often now because of this whole stupid COVID shit, but sooner or later I'm gonna get back into it before this COVID shit ends. I don't really care. I need to get back out there because meeting new people is like one of the best
It's
things.
part of the job.
Yeah, it's part of the job. It's obviously keeps me working because I get commissions and stuff, but it's the best part, connecting with people and meeting new people. And everybody loves art. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what color you are, no matter, everybody, because every culture has art. Everybody has art. It's a part of daily life. Like that, my favorite quote is, the earth without art is just like like the earth, like it's just there's no culture. Art
Mm-hmm.
is what's instilled in all of us. We're all artists in our own right. Like that people think that devalues art. No, that everybody has a talent. Like if you love to exercise, you love to cook, you love to teach, you love to do something, you mastery over your craft, you're an artist. Like carpentry, everything.
No,
That's
clearly.
something that really moved my life forward, because I learn from it. I keep learning about it. I keep just, it that actually helped me with, depression, anxiety, all this stuff, because I would have anxiety before I knew what was going on. Like you said, like, when did I realize I had a depression, or I knew it was depression? When I was an adult, not when I was a kid. Like when we were kids, I knew I was sad. But as an adult, like the more I talk to people, the more I realize, holy crap, I've been depressed all my life. Or like I have social anxiety to this day. But with my art, I'd go out to shows and I'd have to set up and meet other artists and meet people and put myself out there on display, like have all this and like, now I gotta talk to people. Like, like it's I would be freaking out in my head on the way driving to any event I do, and probably still to this day I will do that, because I'm like so fucking nervous, and half the time I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like I don't want to do it. But I am, like, through my art, it's like, first of all, like, okay, whatever, money drives us because it's just a part of the freaking way the world works, so it's like
the trick of being
so
an
it's like,
adult, you have to have money.
That's the other guy in the back of my head, like the little devil saying, yo, well, you need the money, so get over it, mother flower. Like, so it's like that does help. But at the same time, it's like, I fight that urge to have the anxiety of not going out there and being nervous about seeing people or even meeting other artists, which is even more scary because you're meeting other talented people, and sometimes you get caught up in like, oh, they're better than me and blah, blah, blah. And that's a whole nother story. But like, after I'm set up, it forces me to be out there and interact. It's my art has helped me grow as a person and helped me interact with people like on a whole new level, and it's really awesome. It really has helped me on every way. So art is a way of life for me. It's like, always been my first love. Now I can't say that anymore, also my wife will kill me. But it's like, it's like, it's the thing that I could always rely on, and it helps me grow as a person.
I know once you told me a story, this is when, sadly crazy, is, I was depressed and I went on Facebook and made a Facebook video live for the first time in my life, and let's just say I expressed myself a lot.
Yeah, I think that was a precursor to this.
Yeah, I think that's what gave me the idea of like, what, people don't really talk about this,
Yeah, and once you did that, you actually sorry to cut you off because I know you're going somewhere with this, but like once you did that, it actually, like, people, you probably got more conversation on that than you ever did in anything in your life. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, that's the video that got the most likes on my page. Like,
exactly,
I got nothing close to that. Like, and his likes, cries, all this other stuff. I never got so many
it's real. It's real, and people are afraid to talk about it, or they don't realize it, and more people love and care about you than you realize, and it's something you don't. It was hard for you to put that out there because it would be hard for anybody to put that out there, and you realize, you're getting that the love you deserve.
I got phone calls from people when I was a kindergarten, bro, in elementary, like, yo, what's wrong? Like, hey, here's my number, call me right now, or they hit me up, hey man, I want to video chat with you, and I'll video chat with them. was just a couple of people who were like, yo, you know, I'm inspired to be like you. I'm like, yo, what? Like
you inspired people. The crazy
I was like,
thing,
yo, all I was trying to do is just trying to free myself, you know what I mean? And then
you freed yourself and you freed others in the process, because you liberated people. Like you helped people just by expressing yourself, and you helped yourself ultimately.
Now, at the end, I mean, eventually I got there. You know, it was kind of hard because, you know, they're asking for help, but, you know, somebody who's depressed can't help another depressed person because it's
yeah,
depressing. But I'll let you know.
Then,
you know, I tried, but it was like, bro, I got to take care of myself, man. Like, and that's something I think we sometimes lack, I would say, because we forget to take care of ourselves, and we want to help somebody else when we really should be just helping ourselves. And I don't think, you know, and I don't want it to be like, oh, you know, be selfish. I'm not saying be, but you sometimes you have to be selfish and be like, yo, no, I can't help you. Like mentally, right now, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like you just can't. I gotta work on me. I gotta re-energize my chakra. I gotta re-energize my crystals. Anything, however you want to, you know, put it. You know, you gotta work on you until you get you right. Then you can help somebody else. I mean, the two people are swimming and both of y'all drowning, and you go to help the other drowning person, y'all both gonna drown anyways. Yeah. You know, until you can figure out how to get your legs under you and swim. All right, cool. Now I'm swimming. I can hold my own. Time to help my buddy out, you know.
And that's what you did for a lot of people, even if you didn't realize it. You helped a lot of people. You were like you connected, and you were just trying to do it for yourself, like not selfishly, but you were just trying to do something.
I was trying anything and everything, bro. I was trying anything and everything, trying to get that damn depression.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, I know you told me a story. You're like, hey man, like I haven't touched my doodling, right? Doodling, as we call it. You doodle paddle, little paper, whatever. The scrap paper.
Sketchbook or something?
In a sketchbook, you was telling me, you're like, man, I haven't sketched in forever. He said, you're telling me, you're like, man, I watched your video and I opened my sketchbook and started sketching again.
Oh, wait, maybe it was like or like my journal and stuff. And started. I haven't wrote in a long time, and maybe you inspired me to write again.
Something you were telling me. You're like, you know, you made me open my book again. I was like, what? And you're like, yeah, man. Like, I started drawing and I started writing things down. I was like, oh, okay. Like I know.
Because I come into points where I'm like, I'm so short of loss for inspiration, and it's like, you make me realize through you're just expressing yourself. Like I have inspiration all the time, and you re-inspired me, and I could open my book and draw again because it's inside of me. It's like you made me realize through watching you, like I can fucking do it, and now I'm inspired to express myself, and I have fucking ideas flowing again. It's so weird, you know. It's like everything just started coming out. It's like, man, you fucking inspired the hell out of me when you started talking and expressing yourself and just doing what you were doing. I was like, whoa.
Mostly crying, but
yeah, but it's hard to say everything you said without freaking shedding a tear. I mean, come on. Like you're expressing realness.
The first three sentences were clear, and then it just went downhill. Man, I was like, ugh. The thing is, the anniversary of that video is coming up here soon. I think 3 years.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. I haven't seen it again. Like I seen it once, and that was it. And I was like, I ain't watching that again.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You're like, I'm just gonna put it out there and never see it again. Because if I look at it too much, I'm gonna take it down.
Probably gonna come up on Facebook here soon. I'll post it. Who knows?
Yeah. No, man, I'm proud of you for that. Because that was a big moment for a lot of people. Like you did it for yourself, and you helped a lot more people in the process. But actually, you know, you probably didn't even do it for yourself. I don't know. I'm talking shit. You just did it.
And I had something to get off, and I knew I was depressed. And also, I was like, man, I don't want to talk to somebody, just one person, because somebody random doesn't know my life. You know, like,
yeah.
If I'm gonna tell somebody, I'm gonna tell my friends, my family, like they know me, they know who I am.
This is what's going on.
This is what's going on with me. Like, if I want somebody to know, it's y'all. It's not somebody
from
else.
The source, man.
You know, y'all the ones who saw me grow up. You know, from Polk County, baby.
Polk County is like the craziest little area because you're both proud and ashamed of it.
Bro,
I'm
crazy.
proud of Polk County, but I'm ashamed the hell out of it at the same time. It's the biggest fucking oxymoron in my life. Like,
it's crazy. Yo, the sheriff is known around the world.
All right, yes, around the world. That's one of the things that make me proud. Like,
he's known around. Like, they're like, I was like, yo, where are you from? I'm like, Orlando. Like, what part? Well, I'm from Polk County. Girl, you're sheriff. I'm like, yes, the sheriff. Yes, he. If you tend to rob somebody, he allows you to shoot the hell out. Yes.
Yep. Yep. Oh,
you in the right, he's gonna get you. He has your back. So cool. Oh, so as you know, this show's me and my girlfriend named it. Well, she named it really. She came up with the name, but the name is Animelistic. Can't even get the name right. Animelistic. Animelistic. I gotta get this name.
Animelistic.
Animelistic. All right.
Animelistic.
Name is Animelistic, right? So we have our theme. My theme is for anime. I'm a big Naruto fan, Dragon Ball Z. I enjoy it mostly because of the storyline of meditation, chakras, and all that. So it's near and dear to what helped me get through depression was meditation, which got me real close to my mom, who's been meditating since I don't know how long. And so it's something super cool that I feel that needs to be taught in school is how to meditate. It calms me down, stress, takes the stress away from me. But I think this would be a cool topic since I know you're a superhero fan. I'm a superhero fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I know you've been drawing Spider-Man since, back in the day.
Yep.
So I want to ask you superpowers. Yeah. We'll topic superpowers. I'm gonna flip it on you. I'm not gonna ask you what superpowers you want. What superpowers will be the worst powers for a villain against you?
Oh, again. Oh shit. That is a flip.
I can flip it on you because if I would ask you just a normal, what's the superpower?
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that because I would be like, oh, I want to fly. I want to fucking read minds. Like, yeah, like damn. I guess, yeah. So what would be a power that might be my Achilles heel if my villain had it?
You'd be like, man, I just can't stand him.
Yeah, like damn it, I don't want to fight that guy. He got the exact thing that's my weakness. He got my kryptonite.
Well, what would be your kryptonite?
Yeah, what
would be the kryptonite?
Damn, a big old eraser. Like
a big eraser. A big eraser. Just draw a blank.
Oh man, this eraser with the friggin'. Oh man, oh man, I don't even know. Like, what would it be? Oh man, I've always been scared of telepathy and fucking person just entering your mind and getting in there and all your deepest darkest secrets and just everything about you, and they know, because that's one of the things, if they would know your weakness, your ultimate weakness, because they'll go into your mind and they'll know exactly how to fuck you over. So that's even
is that the one where they control you, or is that the one they just know what's in your mind?
It's two different telekinesis, telepathy. So yeah, so they kind of, I guess they can kind of do both if they have that ability. But I guess if they could just,
one can go into your mind and read it, and then I know the other one is they can
go and control it. Yeah, because that's
you be like, man, what is going on? Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? You still know what's going on in your mind, but you're still aware, but you can't control it. Yeah. And the other one is they're in your mind, but you don't know they're in your mind. You're like, yeah, why are you looking at me like that?
I wouldn't want them, if they were controlling me, that would suck too, because they would make me do this craziest shit. But I'd be more scared of them being in my mind and reading it, because I have a dirty mind and I don't want nobody. No, I got fucked up mind up here. And if they were to repeat that information to anybody else, I would be fucked and I would be canceled really quickly. So I don't even know. You can't know what's going on up here. That's why it's up here. So stay away. I would not fight Mr. fucking Mr. Mind Reader, because I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna take the day
Reader.
off. Justice League, y'all go take care of him. Y'all don't want to know what I really think about y'all.
That's hilarious though. That is true. I wouldn't want nobody knowing. Like at times I want somebody to go in there and be like, yo, tell me what's really going on in my mind. But at the same time, it's scary.
Yeah, it's like you want them to understand you, but then they understand you a little too good. Like, whoa, why were you thinking about that? Like, excuse me, like, it's a thought process.
Don't worry about that. It's my problems.
So, what would the villain be for you? What's your Achilles heel that you wouldn't like?
Oh man, let's see. Achilles heel for me. I think somebody who would just take energy away. Once you take my energy away,
drain me.
I'm a Debbie Downer. I'm a super like I'm gonna let you know. Like even at work, like I'm always happy. Like problems come, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's keep it moving. You know, what's my next step then? You know what I mean? Let's keep going. You take my energy away, bro. I'm one of those
energy vampire.
I'm just
you don't want
I'm like, I don't want to do none of this. I don't have no energy for it. I have nothing,
motivation,
like,
nothing.
No motivation, just meh.
Yeah, that would
and
suck.
The one feeling I hate is feeling meh. That is the one feeling I hate. I hate feeling like bro, I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't want nobody around me. Don't talk to me. Like I hate that feeling. Like I'm always like, hey, let's do something. Hey, even though I'm dead tired, like I'm tired. All right, let's get this done though. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you still push yourself.
Yeah,
take
exactly.
Energy. Anybody who takes energy, that's it. I'm done.
Energy vampires. They're the worst. They just fucking drain you. Fuck them. Oh man, nah.
Vampires. Just
that's your bad guy. You don't want to fuck with him. Be like, nah. That nigga take all my shit.
All right, what superpower would you like to have?
What would I like to have? Everybody always says flight. Who the hell wouldn't want to fly? So I don't want to say that.
I mean, people who are scared of heights don't want to fly.
Oh man,
you gotta understand that, man. You gotta understand, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't flying low.
You're flying low. You'd be like flying at car level. Man, there was always some good ones. Just try to think of the. So you think you'd have this on the back burner because you love superheroes, but then you love too many superheroes, and you just know all the rundown of like super strength, invisibility, telepathy, flight. But it's like, you know what? I'd like to be that guy. He's not a popular X-Men, but he's on the X-Men somewhere. I guess it's called Multiple Man. So I would like to go and like make two of me, one here, and then you can multiply into so many, so I could be in more than one place at once and get a lot of shit done. You know, like I could fucking be here on this podcast while I'm outside spray paint. Yeah,
get to work. Go. Purposes.
Yep. You go take care of the baby. You go take care of this mural. You go take care of this. You go work.
Hey.
All right. I would like to freaking multiply.
Yeah, we're all gonna use our superpowers for to gain, something.
Personal gain. Yeah, personal gain. Oh yeah, okay. And one of them could go fight evil. Okay, there you go. Come on, like I got multiple people, so they could take care of more than one. So there you go. Even though it was my last resort, like he could still defend the earth. Like so. All right, you and 3 other me's can go. That way you got backup. Like
Jesus. Send them.
Oh man.
So mine would be teleporting, like Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, that's a cool one.
It's just me teleporting, just like, okay, I want to go to the Everglades, bow. I want to go see, Mount Picchu, whatever it's called, bow, yeah. Tokyo. Just think about it.
Boom, just go there.
Boom, go.
Picture the place and go there.
I don't have to pay for travel. It's just like, wow. I get there, I'm like, man, this is awesome. And I can stay wherever I want to stay, and just do what I want to do is travel a lot. So I think that's cool. Because flying, I still gotta fly there. You know what I mean? Top of that, there's some places that don't let what's it called? You can't fly, no fly zone.
Yeah.
So instantly the government is gonna look for you. You know,
Yeah,
either
like
try
what
to
the hell is
shoot you
this?
down or be like, nope, we're gonna use him as a weapon. And nope, you know.
Nope.
So I rather just think about it, go enjoy the sights,
I like
experiences.
that.
You know, so
Hell yeah. That's
that's
always
that's
that's always a good one. Teleportation.
that's something I want to get done with. So another question I want to ask you about superpowers. Be my last one. Do you believe that we used to have superpowers?
Used to? I believe used to. Probably. And I believe there's still people with superpowers out there. And like when maybe, I believe being a human being is a superpower. God damn, there's a lot of shit we're just so used to it, and we're also, like ingrained in what we can do, and it's so normal to us. But like if you actually stop and think about the shit we actually are capable of and shit we do on the daily, like we all have our own little superpowers, or through our talents. I believe we had them back then before. You're probably onto something with that. Like, we probably did have some better powers, and we de-evolved along the way.
I actually believe that. I believe that at one point we could do crazy things that, what we believe in.
Yeah.
It just, we, I guess, lost how, like, we forgot how to do it, pretty much. You just forgot how to do it, like, by generations down generations. Like any tradition, every tradition starts slowly fading away when we stop doing it,
And then it became myth.
And then it becomes a myth,
Yeah. Did you ever see the new movie on Disney Plus? That cartoon, what's it called? Onward.
No, I haven't seen Onward. I wanted to see it, and I have not seen it. I need to see Onward and Soul.
Well, Onward's good. I like Onward better than Soul. Soul was all right. But I don't think this is a spoiler for you, but I guess because it's.
But you can go ahead and say it.
Well, I don't think it's a spoiler, but it's like the beginning of the movie. So basically, it's mythical creatures, right? And the movie, it shows you that they're all like us, like normal. They're mythical creatures in our setting, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they have a trash man and all this, like life.
Mm-hmm.
But so through the like you were saying, like in the beginning of the movie, they were back in the day, they were all mythical creatures, how we understand fantasy and stuff. Like it was all mythical mountains and nature and all that, and fairies and all that. But like through the generations, it progressed, and they found technology and little things like this, and they forgot about their magic, and they started living life easier and lazier, and they became us. And they're still fairies and things, but they just don't have magic. So it's like
that makes me think of like WALL-E. Remember WALL-E, the movie? Like at first they were like, "Yo, what's Earth? What's dirt?" Like, what do you mean? It's because they've been in space for so long, and they became so big, and they're like, "Yo, we don't even know how to walk."
Yeah, the technology just does everything for you. Yeah, so it's like in friggin', it's another good one. Like, but in like Oddmore, it was like you were saying, like so long ago, it becomes myth and legend, and it's not even real anymore. It's not, that's not like, you don't even think, it's just stories. So you could be onto something with that. Like we had some abilities back in the day. Like how the hell did we make those pyramids? So we were probably stronger back then.
Bro,
there were probably some fucking.
That's a whole different topic we need to talk about. that will be here all day. We'll be here all day.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Save that for a future podcast.
For real.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like I do appreciate you coming on. I know you've been trying to do this for the longest time.
Oh yeah.
We finally got it done. So I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I feel like it came out pretty good.
Yeah, man. You had we had the talking points, and we had it like I like that. It's like I was nervous about talking in awkward silences, but no, it was pretty damn good. It
went smooth to me. To me, I was like, "Yo, this is going easy."
It went damn smooth. Hell yeah. I like that. Enjoyed it. I want to do it again. I'm like, oh shit, we're done.
Hey, we can always do it some more times.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know, like I'm my little sketchbook here. I've been writing things down and reaching out to people, see if they want to do it. So eventually, we'll get along again, and maybe we'll start doing it together and getting it. But I really do appreciate it. Hey, let the people know where they can find you, Um, any information you need, you know, so they can reach to you, man. Because I know
Well,
I got your artwork, and most likely I'll be paying for another one here soon. So I know you do a great work, and I want people to you know to get a hold of you and reach out to you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always available for commissions, murals mainly. I've been doing a lot of murals. Bernard Cruzion, really, I go by that. So on Instagram, it's Cruzion Artistry. And I'm trying to change that all across the board. So it could be Cruzion Artistry on Facebook, on my Facebook page. I'm having trouble with that right now, but I'm going to change it all to Cruzion Artistry so I can be more, you know, fluent all across the board. But you can find me on Facebook if you just find Bernard Cruzion. I'm mostly post on my personal Facebook because the other one's like kind of on the back burner because it's not really, you know, going through. And but yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and in your local art shops all over Tampa and Orlando.
I'll put the links down below, so for sure, so they can click on it, so they can find you and hit you up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So if y'all like this, subscribe, hit the like button, and I appreciate everybody. Have a good one.
Peace out. Thank you for having me.
Yay.